Hello and welcome to another episode of eScoot Talks. In this Easter episode, we are going to be talking about one really exciting scooter, but I'll be directing and recording episode at the same time, so I won't be looking at the camera all the time. Also, it's Easter morning, 7 a.m. I was up all night, but I'm recording this in the morning just to release it for you later today, guys, and I'm heading to bed. So, let's get started. Okay, so Inmotion RS. Scooter that actually my friend Oliver sent me a link the other day and he was like, Rob, you should get this yourself, because he knows about my problems with Nami and everything. And I was like, I looked at the picture and I was like, well, it just looks like an, in-motion version of 011. But then I had a bit of a chat with him and he told me a couple of things, so I got interested. I looked at the pictures and I was like, okay, that looks interesting. So I'm going to point out everything that I managed to notice from pictures because I don't know too many technical specs about it. They're going to be released in a month or two. But what we can see from this here. So one thing, unfortunately, I didn't manage to find any picture of that scooter being folded down. So I don't know how it looks like when it's folded down, but I think it's gonna be pretty good, and I'll share those details with you. So I went on the website and looking like transforming system, like what are you talking about? What's so special about it? Because I'm quite skeptical when it comes to majority of scooters. I'm never overexcited. I looked at the scooter, look at all the details, and then make a decision: is it a good scooter or not? Good scooter. I'm looking from the mechanics perspective. To me, scooter has to have good performance, good range, quality build from a trusted manufacturer, and easy to maintain. And that looks all about Inmotion. Like it looks like this Inmotion is literally bringing you all that plus some really cool new exciting things. So I'm looking 100 kilometers per hour. Okay, nothing better than Nami that I have already. 4200 watt motors, nothing better than Nami that I have already. Mileage, okay. Charging 4.5 hours, well, that's interesting. I like that part. Hydraulic brakes, yeah, same thing. IPX6, okay, same thing, but it's not the same thing. Now check this out, guys. When I saw this, I was like, I'm buying it. That's it. So you can actually adjust the scooter height by adjusting bottom mounting point for suspension, and that's absolutely brilliant idea. So I can lower my scooter for a performance run, lower the center of gravity. So this scooter really for a racetrack that we do sometimes here in Dublin, it's gonna be absolutely brilliant. So this was honestly one of the main reasons why I said I want to get it. But I'm going to point everything that absolutely impressed me about this scooter. So that's one thing. Then another thing that's really impressive, we're just going to see it, 4.5 hour charging time, 40 amp hour battery, apparently smart BMS, charging port with a spring-loaded lid. Absolutely love it. Now, adjustable handlebars. You can see those marks there. They're actually better visible in some other pictures, but just I came across it here. So you'll be able to adjust the height of the handlebars that are usually you don't get that on performance scooters. Raptor P controller, didn't know anything about it, but that's what Oliver told me. He said actually, that's a controller from actually a unicycle. That's their controller that they brought to absolute perfection. I was like, okay, well then that's really interesting, because not that long time ago we went on spin to Bray and we had a discussion how I'm talking all the time about what I want to own my perfect scooter, and I was like, you see how unicycles, because my Nami Burn E and his unicycle actually have quite similar battery packs, but whenever we go together on a round, he has more battery than me, and he has more battery because he's using regenerative braking. So every time we're going downhill, he's actually charging his battery, where I'm not. I have switched off my regenerative braking because in so many scooters you can fry a controller with it. And that's why I was like, okay, well, if it has that controller, then that's another reason why I wanted this scooter, because like, okay, we see here Zoom are like, budget friendly hydraulic brakes, but like if it has a good regenerative braking, I don't even need brakes. With good regenerative braking, you can really stop. Like if unicycles can stop like that, I don't need brakes. I don't care. And another thing, like really, this connector here is absolutely brilliant thing because it's so simple and easy to fix a puncture when you can disconnect a motor. Now, okay, other scooters have that, but this scooter actually has threads. So this ring actually has threads when you connect two connectors and then screw those threads in to make sure that that doesn't get disconnected, that it doesn't get a loose connection or whatever or damages the motor. Another thing, disc is on the opposite side of the motor cable. So replacing a bent disc is going to be again super simple and easy. So it's just, like overall, I looked at all those pictures and it's just, almost technically I can't find anything bad with it. A long mud guard that's going to protect you from splashes when it's rainy. So, like, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Now, okay, we see a headlight here where we didn't see that on some other pictures. We see here probably that's where the controller is going to be mounted. Didn't have a chance to see too much of a display, even that it looks nice. Tail light is here now, guys, from Inmotion. Like I don't doubt honestly Inmotion build quality. Like that's the thing, this is gonna replace my Nami because I don't trust Nami anymore, but I trust Inmotion. I'm gonna actually show you now why I actually trust Inmotion. Okay, so here we actually have a Inmotion L9 controller that I saw for the first time over 2 years ago when we got our first batch of Inmotion's L9, and I was like, wow, this controller looks better than any controller I've seen so far, like till like late 2019. I never saw a controller built like this, so I absolutely liked it. Then I looked at the battery, and the battery actually looks similar to Xiaomi, but it was the first battery pack that didn't have XT30 connector. It had a connector with those threads to make sure that that connection is there really well. So I was like, yeah, I'm absolutely impressed with the build quality, and there is honestly really no problem with Inmotions. We sold so many of them. I ordered immediately spare parts to have spare parts, and we didn't use even one spare part. First customer, that was IPX5 rated scooter. First customer that bought a scooter from that Inmotion L9 from us, he washed it with a power washer, and that scooter is still working, even that he wasn't supposed to do it. Couple of punctures, one broken mudguard that was a user error, and one failed taillight. One scooter taillight stopped working. Now we can see here CST tires. For that scooter, probably PMT tires would be a better solution, even that I understand why they put the CST tires, because they're harder compound, so they're gonna last longer. Like it's not that anyone's gonna go for PMTs, because you need to know a bit more about tires when you're getting PMTs. If you put a PMT on a scooter and someone just does, just hard braking and everything, he's gonna destroy that tire super quickly. Now, overall, everything absolutely brilliant. There's just one concern that I have regarding this scooter, and that's this C-shaped fork. Now, this is Inmotion's first scooter with C-shaped fork. This is their first design like that. So this is a message to guy from Inmotion. Just make sure that it doesn't get a speed wobble. uh, like, you know, maybe they did actually design it in a way that it can get a speed wobble, because it's just, I don't know, or maybe it has some kind of a built-in steering damper. But if not, then just make sure that you have optional steering damper or something like that. Except for that, everything else is brilliant. I know the price of the scooter, I'm not going to reveal it, but I was planning to get Nami Segway GT2. Now I changed my mind. This is going to be a little bit more expensive than GT2, but I want it. I definitely want it, because it's going to be, for that little bit more money, you're going to get a much, much, much better scooter, you know. So yeah, that's going to be all from me for today in this nice, lovely Easter episode. If you want to get your hands on one of those Inmotions, get in touch with me and I'll help you source it, because probably eScoot is going to be selling them as well. And if you have any suggestions or ideas, like, you know, what do you want to know, what do you want me to record about, leave it in the comments down below. If you did like a video, hit the like. If you think it's going to be useful to someone, share it with others. And of course, if you like a content like this, subscribe. It's going to help me out. And till next time, guys, respect other road users and stay safe out there. Bye bye.